You're listening to Sweep the League.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
What is up, everybody? Rudy Campos Jr., Sweep the League, coming to you live again from the abysmal Sweep the League studios. I got to decorate the wall. JC from Special Leaf said, what are you doing with that wall back there? I got to hang stuff up. I got a lot of stuff. I'm not Jeff Garcia, who's got, a million posters and stuff and has the best studio at home. So I'm working on that for you guys. But thank you for joining us on Thursday. It's a Thirsty Thursday edition of Sweep the League. Got some stuff to get into, man. A lot of chatter this afternoon when it comes to the NFL in San Antonio. San Antonio announced that they have another football team, part of the IFA football league. It's the San Antonio. Hal Mumm was named the head coach for that team, but sparks debate on NFL to San Antonio. Will we ever have a team? I've seen a lot of comments going back. We're going to go to a lot of these comments here. We're going to look at them and see where everybody stands, where I stand. A lot of people blame Jerry Jones. It's not so much Jerry Jones. It's other stuff and other factors that I feel that are a part of it. But again, unless we actually have, the information on everything, it's really difficult to discuss that and really get to the bottom of why we don't have an NFL team. But we'll try to nip that in the bud here. Also, Trevor Lawrence signs another deal, and that leaves the question of Dak Prescott. Now, of course, Dak wants a new deal. We're going to pose the question, with Trevor now signed, does Dak even show up to camp, or is he going to hold out? We'll ask that question. Also, fast food frustrations. I was at lunch today with my daughter, and for those of y'all that work in fast food, for those of y'all that have a background in fast food, my wife's got one, but I can never truly get an understanding of fast food. I got questions to ask on that. Maybe you guys can help me out there. This is the Thirsty Thursday edition of Sweep the League. So I appreciate everybody joining us in here. Florida Panthers on their way to their first Stanley Cup. 100% Chris Gonzalez. I took Florida in 6. The way it looks, it might be Florida in 4. It might be a clean sweep, just like the NBA Finals, man. So, yeah, Florida is well on their way to their first Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley Cup. Be so cool to drink, out of that cup. That's always would have been a sports dream of mine, I guess. But Chris, appreciate you joining in, Chris Gonzalez. Also, shout out Tim Gonzalez and Mario Cavazos. They posted on their social media today. They received the prizes. Again, tomorrow's Friday. We're going to give away another prize. You got to tune into the show. We normally go in the afternoon for the Afternoon Delight Edition. And then sometimes we try to do it in the evening show. But on one of those shows, we're going to be giving away a gift, a prize, another prize. We've got everything from those guys got Lids gift cards. We've got Burger Boy stuff. We can give you a special leaf order. We've got a lot of stuff to work with here. We're working on T-shirts as well, kind of similar to this, but a little bit better for you guys out there. So again, the only way to win is to be a part of the Sweep the League network here. You got to just comment, chime in. Also, if you're a subscriber to our YouTube page, we appreciate you. Share it out. The more subscribers we get, the better gifts we can the better prizes we can give out. Also, just a reminder, we're shooting for 1K. So as of right now, from what I understand, we're the only podcast that is coming to you live with this. We get to 1K, a cool 1K subscribers, a cool 1,000 subs on YouTube. You get to win me and Gio's cash, cold, hard cash from Gio and I. So keep that in mind. We get to 1K on the subscriber list for YouTube. We win, you win. That's how it works. But you got to be a subscriber of Sweep the League. Leha, what the hell is up, Rudy? Hey, what's up, Leha? Appreciate you joining in, man. We got a commercial break here. I also, real quick, man, we got commercials now, Leha. And what a MCS General Contracting did there. I got a little grief from him. I'm going to re-record all the commercials. We have a voiceover guy that's going to re-record everything, but we're introducing commercials so that way we can kind of get the ball rolling, kind of give everybody an idea of, hey, if you want to be a partner with us at Sweep the League, we can provide commercials and a whole lot of stuff. I've got a whole document written up by one of our producers. So if anybody's interested in being a partner with Sweep the League, hit me up, or I'll definitely hit some of you guys up as well. But like how we've got a MCS general contracting thing going here. But again, all these commercials are getting re-recorded. Just something to fill the void right now. But appreciate everybody that is a partner with us here at Sweep the League. Let's get right into it, man. We got a lot to get into. So we'll go ahead and hit up with the NFL bump right now. So as mentioned, Trevor Lawrence ended up signing a 5-year, $275 million contract extension for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I saw a couple of people posting where, okay, Trevor signs, is that a good move for Jacksonville? To be honest, it's the right move. And it's still the right move if you're looking at Cowboy fandom as well. I'll get to that in a second. But with Trevor Lawrence, you've got to understand they don't have a backup better than Trevor, obviously. Mac Jones is their backup there, but there's nobody in free agency that Jacksonville feels like, okay, we can wait for this guy to be a free agent, go out and get him, and there we're set. There's nobody like that. Mahomes is locked up. Herbert's going to be locked up. Burrow's going to be locked up. Obviously Jordan Love's going to be locked up. A lot of these guys are not going to hit the free agent market, period. So when you're looking at your QB you have currently right now, Pittsburgh's in a good spot. They have Russell Wilson, who's not the same Russell Wilson, but they got Justin Fields. You've got to lock up your QB right now because even in next year's draft, there's a couple of guys coming out, a couple of quarterbacks coming out. But again, are you going to get the same type of value that you would out of Trevor Lawrence? I get Trevor Lawrence, hasn't won anything. We can say that. He struggled towards the end of last season. And I think this year, more important, this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think it's going to be a bounce back year for Jacksonville. They're going to be a lot more competitive this year. But it basically states that, you know what, we're going to commit to you long term because nobody else is going to be out there for a long while. And that has to be the mindset of Jerry, in Dallas. See, now Dak seeing Trevor get signed to an extension, the question is posed, does Dak hold out and not report to camp because he wants an extension? It wouldn't surprise me if Dak decides to hold out because you don't want to go into what I believe is the last year on your contract and not have any type of guarantee. The whole Trevor Lawrence thing is a definite backbreaker for the Cowboys. I really believe that it really is a backbreaker for the Cowboys because now you're probably going to have to pay Dak a little bit more than what you were intentionally paying him. But does he show up? That's the biggest question. What do you guys think? Does he show up? Drop your comments there in the comment section. Sunshine, secure the bag. Yes, secured the bag. Highest paid per year quarterback. It is. He is. I mean, when you're talking about the likes of Mahomes and Herbert and Burrow and those guys, I mean, Jared Goff's another one. Lawrence is lo and behold, he's higher. He's way higher than those guys now. I mean, the $55 million average for Lawrence's deal it's way up there. So what are you paying Dak? Are you even paying Dak? I mean, you kind of have to because the idea that I said the information I said a little while ago was the fact that there's no quarterback out there. You're going to rely on Trey Lance? I mean, you saw San Francisco give up on Trey Lance quick. Do you think Trey Lance is going to be any different than he was in San Francisco? Maybe there's a slight possibility, but I have no doubt that Trey Lance probably is going to be third string. And if he proves me wrong, thumbs up. You prove me wrong. No big deal at all if you prove me wrong. But right now, Dak is your best option. He's your only option. Trevor Lawrence gets his deal. Dak wants to get his deal now. It's going to cost Jerry a whole lot more. But it comes back to what we've been saying for a while. There's really nobody out there, and nobody's going to be out there. Now, imagine if Dak hits the free agent market. There's going to be a couple of teams out there that are going to pay really big money for Dak to leave the Cowboys, and then you're stuck like Chuck. So if I'm Jerry, if I'm Stephen Jones, I'm doing all that I can to re-sign Dak to an extension here. probably within the next few weeks. I have a feeling that if anything happens, it's going to happen within the next few weeks. I believe you're going to see Dak get that extension. You've got to secure him. You've got to pay him. Again, there's no QBs that are going to be out there anytime soon. And that's kind of, that's kind of a guarantee. If you look at all the contracts, a lot of these quarterbacks are better quarterbacks. None are going to be available. So what are you going to do? You're going to draft a QB. I mean, you go into next year's draft, you try to get a Quinn Ewers, you try to get somebody like that. I mean, there's nobody sexy out there next year that you're looking at like, okay, we can do some damage here. I mean, if there was ever a year, it would have been this year. With Bo Nix, Michael Penix. I mean, you've got other guys, Spencer Rattler. You have a lot of guys you could have gotten this year. So I really feel that in the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks at the most, you may see Dak and Jarius and Steven start talking about a contract extension. Got to get him signed. You got to get him signed for the long haul. That this Trevor Lawrence deal proves that you've got to commit to your QB right now because there's really nothing coming up when it comes to the quarterback position. Wear that hat for Pride Month, I guess. If that's what we wanted to go to, yeah, that's fine. But that's what it comes down to. Basically, is you got to pay Dak. It's going to affect the Cowboys and all that. So I really feel that it's going to happen within the next. Man, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, maybe, is my idea. But what do you guys think out there? What do you guys think? I mean, I would say definitely it's something worth looking at. That's for damn sure. Rudy Campos, you sweep the league. What is Kirk Cousins making? He agreed on a 4-year, $180 million deal? So we're talking 180 divided by 4. Man, my math is 364, 40 plus $1 million, $100 million guaranteed. So, I mean, he's not going to be, and Kirk's not going to be the highest paid QB. I mean, Kirk is very injury prone, and in the long run, it makes sense. He's not going to be the highest paid QB. It was a big contract for Kirk, but then you go out and get Michael Penix Jr., which again, I'm okay with it. I just didn't like the draft position they got him in. The selection number 8 was a little too high. But hey, like Pledger says, if you're gonna go get him, go get him. If he's your quarterback of the future, you go get him. So shout out to Pledger on that, man. He convinced me of that. I truly believe that was the guy. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't see the Cowboys sign Dak until training camp starts. A good possibility too, Chris. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're going to get him signed sometime soon. With training camps right around the corner, they're going to have to get him signed sometime soon. Appreciate the help, man. I work long hours, man. I work at like 6 in the morning, and when I'm done with the show, I go back to work too. So $45 million a year. So even at $45 million a year, I mean, what is Dak worth? I mean, is really Dak worth $55 million, that we're seeing Trevor Lawrence make? I mean, Dak's going to have to get somewhere in that range. I think what Chris Gonzalez said is true. He's going to be signed before training camp. That's it is, but I feel it has to be done in the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I would say the next couple of weeks, we're going to see something with Dak getting done. Cowboys Trevor Russell will be draft picks versus old and decent until they find a real quarterback. Don't need Russell. You don't need Russell. You're fine. What more is Russell Wilson going to provide than Dak Prescott? I mean, the success that Russell had in Seattle, he's not going to find that same success in Dallas. So even with future draft picks, you're gonna hope to have Russell Wilson for 4 years maybe before you can find a true starting quarterback even through the draft. I mean, I really don't like the Russell. Now, I think Russell Wilson has somewhat of a bounce back year. Let's be honest, his first year in Denver, terrible, horrible. Last year in Denver, it was a little bit better. It was okay. It was, he improved in Denver. Now he's in Pittsburgh. I think he's going to still be okay in Pittsburgh, but ultimately I think Justin Fields wins that job in Pittsburgh. and Russell becomes a backup. That's my feeling going into the season. I think once training camp happens, I think you're going to see Justin Fields beat out Russell Wilson, and Russell is probably going to end up being the backup. Now, there's going to be teams that have I guarantee you, there's going to be teams that have a quarterback that goes down. I mean, it happens every year in the NFL. Then that's when the Russell Wilson talk happens. If by chance Dak goes down with injury, then you could see them talking to Pittsburgh about, hey, you know, what would it take to get Russell Wilson for this season, yada, yada, yada. So it's a possibility. Pittsburgh put themselves in a great situation. Appreciate the comment. I love that. I know it's John, but Darth Odium, Lord of Abomination. I love that. I love that screen name, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, I do get it. I do understand the Russell Wilson talk. Russell looked like she in Denver. He did. But that was only year one. Rudy, it was year one in Denver that he looked that bad. Last year, he didn't look too bad at all. He put up some numbers last year. So I will say that the first year one, Denver Russell was bad. Year two was a dramatic improvement. It was a really good improvement for him. But making sense for Dallas, not at this time. I don't see it happening this time. For Russell Wilson being traded to Dallas, again, the bottom line, you got to pay Dak. It's going to probably happen. Like I said, my thing is I feel the next couple of weeks, you're going to see him get paid. But if not, it's going to be before training, like right before training camp or maybe during training camp. They're going to have a negotiation. So he'll probably show up and he'll probably get signed somewhere, in the beginning of training camp or so. But lo and behold, man, the Trevor Lawrence signing, big, massive, but it has a ripple effect because it proves to what a lot of us have been saying, us on Sweep the League. I've heard Pledger say it. I've heard a couple other people. I've even seen comments about it on, X. I've seen it on, Facebook groups and all. There's no other QB out there that's better than Dak. I mean, you're talking about let's throw it out there, a top 15 quarterback in the league. You won't find, other guys better than him right now that you're going to that you can actually go get. So that's why I say you've got to pay him now. You definitely got to pay him now. You don't want to go into the season with him holding out. Since you're Campos Damas, who's winning each NFL Campos Damas. Okay, Campos Damas. I guess the fortune teller, the future part. We can get into that. I mean, definitely can get into that here. I put out a mock season draft, so I might have to bring that up here. But I'll get into that, Rudy. If not today, we'll definitely get into that tomorrow when Gio joins us tomorrow. But I'll definitely get to that. That's a great comment. We'll definitely do that here. I'll give you my picks. And I don't know, maybe we have time. I'll give you a couple of them here at the end of the show. Mark Vassos, appreciate you coming in. Being a Cowboys longtime fan, the hope is Dak's career is turning out to be that if John Elway, he didn't get over the hump until the end of his career. Again, great point. I mean, took Peyton Manning a while to win a Super Bowl. Not everybody can come in like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. That's a diamond in the rough, getting, one of those guys where you're successful right away. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, it took a little while. The guys on the uptick, like Jordan Love is on the uptick. He had to sit for a while, but only one team can win the Super Bowl every year. And you can have the most dominant team in the league and still not win it. You could have, the other part about Dak is people forget he was second in MVP voting last year. To me, that doesn't mean that he's the problem. That doesn't mean that, he doesn't deserve an extension. He doesn't really. Yes, I've made it very clear. I'm a firm believer, and I've said it before, Dak Prescott cannot lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. But I have a little asterisk on there. I have a tiny little fine print at the bottom of that, where I say he can't lead the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. My little asterisk, my little fine print at the bottom, with the teams they currently put on the field. I think if you give him the weapons around him, a la CD is a great one, but he needs another receiver. Brandon Cook's definitely good number 2, but you got to get him another receiver somewhere in there. Robert Woods. I mean, the Texans have a plethora of wide receivers. Robert Woods and the Cowboys, that's a three-headed monster. If you can make a deal for that. Plus, on top of that, you've got to be able to stop the ball on the defensive side. So you can give them all the offense you want, but if you're going to have to score 30-plus points a game to win, that's not going to happen. It's tough. It's very tough. So, again, I've said it many times. Dak is not going to win the Super Bowl with the Cowboys. He can't lead them there. But my fine print is what I said, with the teams they currently put on the field. Build around him. And that's where I feel that, you're going to see more success when it comes to Dallas. So Dak is the second coming of Romo. That's the way it feels. It feels just like that. It feels like he is the second coming of Tony Romo. All stats. I agree 100%. It takes a team, not solely on him or any other quarterback. Yeah. I mean, it's true. The quarterback can only get you as far as the players and the talent you put around him. Now, he's had talent. He's had talent around him. But when you look at the monster squad that they put in San Francisco around Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, look at those four guys compared to what are the Cowboys trotting out. CeeDee Lamb, great. Brandon Cooks, okay. Ezekiel Elliott, Schoonmaker. I mean, you see what I'm getting at? A Dak Prescott on a San Francisco team. I mean, you're talking Dak is not top 15. He's probably top 7 quarterback in the league easily. Probably a guarantee to be top 2 MVP candidate year in, year out on that kind of team. So again, you can't solely put it on him. I know he has issues. I know he has struggles. I know he makes mistakes. And it's frustrating for Cowboy fans. But there's nobody better out there. And that's what you got to keep in mind. There's nobody better out there to lead the team right now. And there's people better out there, but there's nobody available. That's the problem. Texans doing it right, spending cash on free agents till CJ gets paid. Exactly. Now, that's the other thing. When it's time for CJ to get paid, it's going to cost him an arm and a leg. So you may see a couple of these guys may have to be cut or waived or traded away to make room for that. But there's also going to be more money coming in. So that salary cap is going to rise. So we don't know. By the time CJ is due for that extension, we have no idea what that number is at all. We don't know what that number is. So until we can get that number, it's hard to say if they would even have to move anybody. So we got to keep that in mind as well with the Texans. I mean, the Texans are doing it right. They are building off of last year's success, and they went all in this offseason. All in. They're going to be a fun team to watch. Just a quick note, Rudy, Texans are winning that division. So I'll leave you that. I'll leave you that little cliffhanger there. Rudy Campos Jr., Sweep the League. Hey, when we get back, we're going to talk NFL to San Antonio and see where everybody stands on that, because it's a very hot topic. And it just happened because a buddy of ours, Jeff Garcia, had made an announcement, and it came out before Jeff posted it about the IFA football team coming to San Antonio. Everybody started talking about San Antonio getting an NFL team, why we can, why we can't. Let's discuss it here when we get back. Rudy Campos Jr., Sweep the League. MCS General Contracting is here to make life easy for you. Rudy Campos Jr. for Sweep the League, coming to you for MCS General Contracting. Chris Leha and the boys are out to provide the absolute best service and quality work. Whether it's that perfect patio in the backyard or possibly the front yard, or you need that durable driveway, Well, you know it's hot in San Antonio majority of the time, so what about that long-awaited swimming pool you've been wanting to get? Contact the boys over at MCS General Contracting. They will take care of everything that you need, and I guarantee you they are the best in the business. MCS General Contracting.
Digital.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweet Philly Radio.
Shout out to George Gervin. Thank you for that drop. Also, MCS General Contracting. Contact Chris Leha and the boys out there, man. If you need concrete poured, basically you need that driveway, you need that front porch, that pretty front porch, or you need that deck in the back, man. You need that concrete poured in the back to get you a nice little patio back there. Or like I said, swimming pool. Hey, it's ruthless summers here in San Antonio, so we all need to jump in the pool every now and then. Contact MCS General Contracting. Chris Leha is going to take care of you no matter what. They do the fantastic job. They are 100% authentic and 100% approved by Sweep the League. They have our approval. So definitely contact Chris Leha out there, man. Let's get to some comments here. Cowboys eat Al Bundy. He scored 4 touchdowns in a single game. Man, he sure did, John. He sure did do that. My guy with the fire. I thank you, my guy. I got you. Hey, man. Appreciate you, Leha. Hey, everything we can do for everybody out there, again, going to be a partner with Sweep the League, just give us a call, man. Shoot me a DM. We'll make something work out. Again, a show for the people, by the people. This is for all you guys out there. So definitely give us a contact here over at Sweep the League. Shoot me a DM. Coach Gio's on X and also Facebook. Shoot him a DM. We can work with you, work with any budget you have or anything like that. So we got more commercials dropping here in just a minute, but let's get into the spotlight segment here. All right, so like I mentioned before, the whole talk right now is, let me bring it up here. It's SA to get NFL, SA and NFL. So like I mentioned, shout out to Jeff Garcia, a good friend of Sweep the League. Hopefully get Jeff on here pretty soon. But, mention it with Jeff. I said, Halmum is the head coach of the U San Antonio IFA football team. Then he posted, he's like, San Antonio peeps, when he mentioned some guys chiming in most of the day, but will San Antonio ever get an NFL team? Now, the first thing that a lot of people point to, is Jerry Jones, how Jerry controls the market, which we do know that Jerry has a say-so in a lot of stuff. That there's no doubt about that. He has a say-so in a lot of stuff in the league. But does it benefit Jerry to have another team in Texas? Not really. I mean, he wants all eyes on him. Is it Jerry's doing for no NFL in San Antonio? I'm going to say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being guaranteed that Jerry's screwing over San Antonio, it's probably a 4, maybe a 3. It's a threat, but it's not a huge threat. I don't think it's that bad at all. I really, truly feel that Jerry is not happy with the idea, but he's not opposed to it. So where I see is, this is where I'm coming from on the whole NFL to SA thing. First off, the biggest thing is you've got to have a stadium. You've got to have a dome. And you don't just have to have it. You have to have it in a prime part of San Antonio. It's got to be in a prime part of San Antonio. And prime part is downtown. Now, we've heard a lot of talk. There's 2 Texas cultures going. We got UTSA. We've got the Spurs coming back to downtown San Antonio. UTSA's obviously got the dome. I mean, we got UTSA coming downtown. Missions, they're talking about a baseball stadium downtown now. So that is the first major step in attracting professional teams. That has to be done. You can't have the Missions playing off of Highway 90. You can't have the Spurs playing on the east side over here. And then, UTSA does play downtown. But again, you've got everything so spread out. there was a lot of people saying, well, hey, perfect spot. Go towards Retama, 35. That'll get you Austin, New Braunfels. That'll get San Antonio to go and all that. Again, there's always construction on 35. That thing's going to be happening, when I have, great grandkids, and I'm, probably 1,000 years gone from this earth. There's still going to be construction on 35. That's not a great area to put a brand new stadium because you're drawing more traffic that way, and it sucks. 35 traffic sucks, period. So you don't want to go that route. Putting it downtown is the ideal part, and that goes for everything. So what I've quoted as a sports district for downtown is the first step when it comes to attracting an NFL team, or you know what, screw the NFL team, just another professional sports team. That's where I feel that we will get a jump on landing another pro sports team, whether it be NFL, NHL, MLB, I think is the one pro sport that I feel is going to be here before anything else. I think the MLB, they're talking expansion. You've got a lot of teams that still want to relocate. I mean, would we support baseball? I'm sure we definitely will support baseball. Let's get some comments. It's not Jerry, it's Spurs ownership. Amaro said that when the Raiders were in town. I'm going to bring that up, Rudy. That's perfect because that was my next point right there. I don't think we will unless we get a lot of Fortune 500 companies and a new downtown stadium. Downtown stadium is a check mark. Fortune 500 companies is big, but that's not to say that we don't have money, big time money already here with businesses that can support an NFL team. So we don't have the major companies here, the Fortune 500 ones, but we have companies that can support an NFL franchise. We would have to draw more, though. You'd have to bring more companies in. So that's kind of where the Austin part comes in a little bit. We need the city to step their ass up, improve the Toyota field, build the baseball stadium. We are a top 10 major city in the U.S. Let's make these moves in the NFL. It's exactly the point, Leah. That's exactly the point, was you've got to build, you got to upgrade. Now, Toyota Field, again, it's good area. It's good area over by Morgan's Wonderland area, but where I think the fault is again, you want to put it all in a district. I would love to have a district because, you're watching a soccer game. You could go to a Spurs game. Imagine this downtown somewhere where you've got the Spurs arena, you've got Missions baseball, you've got Toyota Field, basically, we're going to call it Toyota Field there. You've got the dome. The dome, even if you don't have NFL in the dome, you can upgrade the dome and make it to where it's NFL standards. But even at that, like I said, you've got all that little district there. You can put so many restaurants. You can put so many hotels in that area. You can build up that entire area. That is super attractive. Downtown will be rocking again. That's a good comment, Lehi. I do. And then, we are a top 10 major city, so there's no reason why we could not get another team here. A good friend of mine that lives in Austin has told me Dell is making moves to the city of San Antonio, said Whataburger dropped the ball, but investments are coming. They are coming. Let's be real. San Antonio is getting the economic push that we definitely need when it comes to the Fortune 500 companies that Chris Gonzalez had mentioned. We are getting them. We currently have, like I said, businesses, H-E-B. I know people don't like Whataburger, but whatever. Whataburger is another one. We have current businesses here that can support and help support these teams, a team coming in. But the other point coming up, I'm going to get to this last comment here. My grandpa has been stuck on 35 since he was born in 1900. Man, that's what I'm saying, dude. 35. The traffic is horrible. The construction is terrible. It's going to be here forever. Let me go back to Rudy's comment. So this is point number 2 right here. Spurs ownership. So not a knock on the Spurs ownership, but a lot of rumblings have happened with Spurs ownership in the sense of they want to be the main focus here. So where NFL, where MLB, where those come in, it's not a knock on Spurs ownership. I feel Spurs ownership is going to want to be a part of it. They're going to want to have their hand in it. So you're probably going to see something similar to what we saw with the Silver Stars, what we saw with the Rampage when they were here, how SSE, Spurs Sports Entertainment, were involved with those franchises. That's where I feel ownership needs to come in and help. When that happens, we will start to see the ball start to roll. We will start to see the wheels start turning, because once you get an approval with SSE, we know they're behind it 100%. That's the key there. That's a big point. So not only do we need the downtown district popping, we need, the new arenas, we need the new looks, we need new everything downtown. SSE needs to get involved. They truly, truly need to get involved and be 100% behind it. That's where I think we're going to start to see more and more and more traction when it comes to a professional team in San Antonio to go along with the San Antonio Spurs. And don't get me wrong, hey, Missions are a professional team. I mean, they're considered a professional team as well. Not only that, I mean, SAFC, pro team. They're semi-pros. I mean, you can say semi-pro, but they are a professional team, man. So we do have some teams here. That is point number 2. What's going on, Tim? Hey, man, you're very welcome for the prize, man. Very welcome. Congratulations on being a winner again. Of course, the Tar Heels are that as well. We need fans. And then you guys are on top of it. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to give y'all a round of applause because third and last point was right there. Also, we need the fans to be a better sports city. That is another 100% nail on top of the head, hit the nail on top of the head comment right there. Because that is point number 3. You need support. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff here with you guys because take the Spurs, for example. During our dynasty run, it was sold out night after night. And then before that, you were still supporting David Robinson. They were selling out Hemisphere Arena. I mean, everything. We had a little fault there. After Tim, after the big 3 were gone, started struggling a little bit. Kawhi gone. The arena wasn't filled up as much anymore. They were more in the red than they were in the black. People didn't want to support a bad product. Understandable. I get that. I truly get that. We don't want to spend your hard-earned money on a product that is just not worth spending on. But it's a support part. Now we've got Wemby. Season tickets are up. The sales on that are up. You're seeing sold out. Sold out arena. So everything's great again. But look at the other stuff. When you go to the Wolf, if it's not Manu Ginobili jersey night or David Robinson jersey night or Nolan Ryan jersey night, which is coming up here pretty soon, I believe. If it's not anything like that, there's not a big crowd. I used to cover the Missions. I went to a ton of games and covered the San Antonio Missions. And I didn't see a huge crowd ever, all the time. Minimal crowd at that. Again, there's a lot of baseball games. True fact there. But you still got to support. Even on the weekends, great. During the week, it's kind of tough. Missions might be a bad example to use, but again, you got to support them 100%. UTSA, a lot of games where UTSA, they didn't have the crowd support. They didn't have, a sold out dome. And we're talking sold out dome. Dome's got to sell out, man. I mean, you've got to sell it out. For college football, I mean, Jesus, you're asking for one day out of the week for a college football game. So everything gets looked at when it comes to, can San Antonio support another MLB team? Can they support an NHL team? Can they support an NFL team? We've proven it with the Commanders that you can support them. We've proven it with, the other football teams that have come in. But then you kind of see where the Brahmas, hey, gung-ho, 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 then there's games where it's down. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read it somewhere earlier that the attendance for Brahmas games this year was down. Shout out, they're going to the championship game. They're playing against Birmingham Stallions. I think it's this weekend. Go Brahmas, man. But you've got to support the entire season. And it's not on anybody there. I get life happens. I can't make a lot of the games. My weekends are usually booked up. So, if we have an opportunity, great. If I have an opportunity to cover a game, I cover it when I can. So You are not at fault. I'm at fault too. Everybody's at fault. We all have to support. But that is the big, big thing. That is point number 3 is fan support. You've got to have fan support. You don't have to sell out every single game, but majority of the games, 85% to 90% of these games got to be sold out. There's got to be backing. You can't just show up for the big games. You can't just show up, hey, it's UT versus UTSA in the Dome, when that whatever happens, UTSA in the Dome against UT, those can't be the games. If it's got to be the sellouts have to happen when it's, UTSA versus, College of Charleston and West Virginia and the long name, for the lower end teams. You've got to support through and through. It's got to happen. So those are the 3 points. I mean, the location is everything. Downtown is the major location. The other thing is, you've got to have the support of fans. You definitely have to have the support of fans. That the biggest thing I think is the fan part. I mean, you definitely got to have the fan support, but also it's got to be backed by Spurs and sports entertainment. Once you see, which we've already seen, downtown start to get molded. We're starting to see the sports teams coming back to downtown. Spurs are moving back there. Obviously, UTSA is there. They're talking to missions coming downtown. That's going to be massive. That is the first check mark off of what needs to happen. The next check mark is fan support. Continue the support. It's downtown, so you can make an entire day of everything if you're downtown. So going to the missions games downtown is great. Hey, we'll go hang out. We'll do this, go to the game. Afterwards, you can still go do something downtown, have a little bit of fun with the family. Same thing for Spurs games, same thing for UTSA games. Everything's got to be downtown. That's check mark number 2 when that happens, when the support is there 100% of the time. Last but not least, when this happens, then it's for real. When you get the backing of SSE, when Spurs Sports and Entertainment is starting to talk about it, it's starting to come with them, it's starting to roll with them, then we can get giddy. We can get happy, because that's when I'm seeing and I feel that the whole pro team coming, no matter what sport it is, that's where I feel that we're going to get a big push, is when we have the backing of SSE. Tim Gonzalez, the city is not a sports town, Rudy. That's a tough comment to make, because I hear that, but by you saying it's not a sports town, is it because people don't support? Because I can easily say this: the cost of going to a game is a crap load. Even a missions game, you're probably going to spend for a family of 4. At a missions game, you're still looking, even on $2 nights, you get the tickets. I mean, you get the cheap tickets. What is it? $20 for the tickets, total, because it's like $5 for the field. If you want to sit in the lawn, say $5, that's $20. Even at $2 a night, I mean, you're still going to probably end up buying, hot dogs, the popcorn, stuff like that. So you're still walking out with a little bit, plus parking. You're still walking with a little bit of a bill. But that's the other thing, is it gets really expensive. And that's something that we can't control. Nobody can control that other than the vendors there, people that are selling there. So can't control that. But I don't know if it's not so much a sports town. I think a lot of it has to do with affordability. Can everyone afford to keep going to games left and right? Spurs ownership will never allow an NFL team in San Antonio, because basketball season and football season overlap. They know NFL draws more crowds. I see what you're saying, but that's where I'm saying Spurs Sports Entertainment, if they are behind something coming to San Antonio, whether it be, if it's NFL, then it's a win-win situation. You're going to a Spurs game or you're going to an NFL game. Either way, at the end of the day, bottom line is it goes back into the pockets. They benefit either way. But NFL team, John, it's primarily Sunday games. So you don't get very many Spurs games on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of them might be on the road too. So I mean, I don't see the problem too much with that. They can still support both an NFL team and an NBA team at the same time, knowing that the NFL games are on Sunday. You may get a Monday game towards the end of the season. They start doing Saturday games. You may get a Thursday game. It doesn't, to me, it wouldn't really matter too much on that right there. We don't want to support our runners. I think the last year average was 22,000. We should be averaging around 20. That's the key too, Chris. That's what I'm saying. You've got to support a team through thick and thin, no matter what. You can't be hyped up and get 50,000 plus in the dome for the opening game. Then it comes down to 40. Then it's like 41. Then it comes down to 30. Then it's 20. And it's like, okay, well, hey, UTSA is undefeated. We're going to the championship game. Okay, well, then boom, it goes right back up. Because right when you get into the championship game, the conference championship game or anything, it shoots right back up. It's got to be consistent the whole way, the entire way. Because unlike UTSA, it's a local school. I mean, they're not going to get up and leave, obviously. But with an NFL franchise, other franchises, if there's no support, there's no reason to be here. So true that. You got to support it through thick and thin. It's got to be there 100%. Only admissions get packed when it's $2 a night. Yeah, and they're also on promotional nights. I mean, they have some really good promotion nights as well. That's when it gets packed. I mean, for the Monta Ginobili jersey giveaway, I had a buddy of mine was like, hey, what time should I get there? And I told him, honestly, man, if the gates open at 4, I'd get there probably about 1:30, and just probably wait outside the gate to park, get in there, park, run to the gate and stay there. He ended up getting there later than what I was telling him. Didn't have a chance at a jersey. I mean, line was wrapped around hours before the game even started, and I think even hours before the gate even opened. So more than just $2 a night. It was actually during promotions as well. So famous sportsman poet by the name of Forrest Gump. I'm not a smart man, but know what love is. Or my own, I'm not a rich man, but I go to a game or two to support local sports. 100%, Mario. I'm not rich by any means, but if we can make it to a game, we'll definitely make it to a game. Cool thing, I didn't even know this. Ticketmaster has, they take, is it a firm or Klarna, I think? So you can actually buy tickets and pay it off a lot cheaper. I didn't know that. So I just found that out recently. So now I might be able to Klarna some more tickets and go to some more games. But yeah, by all means, I'm not rich at all, but I try to make some, like I said, even the games that I try to cover, I try to get at least a credential to cover the game where I'm there supporting, and I'll talk to fans there. I'll provide as much coverage as I can. But as citizens of San Antonio, we've got to support everything. It's so important to support everything. So, Tim, not many UTSA fans here. It's more Longhorns and Aggies town. I get it. Again, if you bring an NFL team, you're going to see majority Cowboy fans, Texan fans. I mean, that's kind of what it is right now. So good. Like I said, man, the biggest thing when it comes to NFL to San Antonio, it's the 3 things. You got to have the district. You got to have that sport district downtown. You've got to be able to build everything downtown, bring all the sports back to downtown, attract everybody downtown. That's where it's going to be hopping here for San Antonio when it comes to getting another sports team. Also, you've got to have the fan support. It's got to be 100% of the time. And again, when I say how many games, I'm thinking the 80, 85, 90% mark of those games got to be sold out. We can't rely on businesses to purchase, 2,000 tickets and give them away to employees or to give them away, as a promotion. You can't rely on businesses to do that because a lot of times the businesses are relied on and hopefully buying the suites. I mean, you've got to be able to sell out those luxury box suites because that is a huge ticket for the teams coming in. So if those can get sold, then you've got everybody buying the lower bowl tickets, even the upper deck tickets. That's the support that we need. We can't rely on businesses to keep buying big amount of tickets and all that just to give away as promotional type tools. And last but not least, the last option, the last thing is the San Antonio Spurs, SSC, Spurs Sports and Entertainment. They've got to be backing it. If you ever hear them backing something when it comes to sports, then that's when it's time to get giddy. So all in all, it's not Jerry Jones stopping anything. A lot of it, and I would say about 90% of it is local, 95% is local. A lot of stuff has to happen. We are seeing the right path being taken when it comes to downtown being, modernized. We're getting Spurs coming back downtown. It's going to have the old Hemisphere vibes. It could have even, the Alamo Dome vibes, but more so ever the Hemisphere vibes is what I'm feeling. It's going to come back when the Spurs coming back to downtown. So we may not be as far off as a lot of people may feel that we are, but nonetheless, another sports team in San Antonio, whether it be NFL, NHL, or even MLB, which I think MLB is the one that we're going to be looking at first here out of all the major sports that we don't have. I think MLB is that one team that we're going to be looking at. It's Rudy Campos Jr. When we get back, man, we're going to do some live talks. So for those of you out there, I got to get your help, man, because I'm not understanding fast food today. And I'll get into that here in just a little bit. I got a little bit of a rant too. So when we get back, we'll talk a little bit of fast food frustration here on Sweep the League. Rudy Campos Jr. Don't forget, tomorrow's the Afternoon Delight Show. We'll be giving away another prize tomorrow. So be sure to get in here, comment, subscribe to the YouTube page, click that notification button. So we go live, you can join us. Maybe have a chance to win a prize tomorrow. Rudy Campos Jr. Sweep the League. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League. Subscribe and...
Living in South Texas, we know tacos are king, especially in the San Antonio and surrounding areas. So if you want the best, then go get the best. La Cocina Taco Truck, located at 283 West San Antonio Street, New Braunfels, Texas, where Louie and his staff are cooking up the most amazing and greatest street tacos you can ever imagine. There is no order too big or too small for Louie and his staff to get going and get ready for you. La Cocina Taco Truck, again, 283 West San Antonio Street, New Braunfels, Texas. They are open Thursday through Sunday evenings. And again, if you want the best, you've got to go to the best. That's La Cocina Taco Truck. Attention coffee drinkers, Mudslingers Coffee, 2404 Thousand Oaks Boulevard, Monday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That should be your first and only stop for your coffee needs. Rudy Campos Jr. coming to you from Sweep the League. Hey, man, if you are wanting that specialty espresso drink, whether it be the cinnamon bun avalanche, the German chocolate cake, or the original, the Mudslinger itself, or why not go with the Muddy O-Slinger? Or if you like the classics like myself and you just want to chill with a latte, a chai tea, or just grab an Americano, Mudslingers is the place to go. Hey, they even have cold drinks, the Italian soda, the Lightning Bolt Italian soda, Fruit Slinger Smoothie. Oh, you know what? Let's not forget the most important thing there besides coffee. Those hot mini donuts. I haven't had a donut in a long time, but that should not stop you from heading over to Mudslingers and grabbing some of those hot mini donuts as they come out. That is, again, Mudslingers Drive-Thru Coffee, 2404 Thousand Oaks Boulevard, Monday through Sunday, 6 to 6. Why do you choose Mudslingers? Because life is too short for bland coffee. Yeah, shout out to Mudslingers out there as well. Shout out to Burger Boy. La Cocina Food Truck is great partners of ours, and also Special Leaf Tea. We played the Special Leaf commercial yesterday, JC, in case you're watching. We did play the Special Leaf Tea commercial out yesterday, but appreciate everybody joining in. Hey, man, when are we getting this guy back on here? The Rock. He's been missing in action forever. We're trying to get a reunion show going here, Rock. Where the hell have you been, man? I'll be back soon. Life gets busy, my guy. I understand, man. Rock, continue doing great things out there, Rock. Rock's a busy man. But, hey, eventually we'll get the reunion show going here, so... Nonetheless, man. All right, last segment of the day. It's gonna be the fast food frustration segment. So, I remember a while back, I posted this on X, Twitter, whatever. You know what? Zip that part. I gotta share something with you guys real quick here. Sorry. Let me share this with you guys real quick here. I need to give us a quick shout out here. So this is Sadie. Sweep the League is supporting Sadie to get to the All-Star World Series in Louisiana. They're doing a fundraiser right now, and I can provide you all the details. Shoot me a DM. I can provide you the details. So basically, they're doing a fundraiser. You pick numbers 1 through 35, and I think they have about 7 or 8 slots left. $25 to get in. You pay $25 to get in. You have a chance to win $200. So what it does is it supports her to get to Louisiana. Her and her team have worked so hard to get to this moment. And you know what? As kids, we've all played the games. We've all played baseball. We've all played basketball, softball, everything like that. A lot of us have had chances to go to a national level. A lot of us had chances to go to a state level. I know bowling, I went to state a lot. I had to go sell the little chocolates. Everybody had those little chocolate boxes that you had to go sell them for $1, all that stuff to make up for the hotel room. This is what we're doing for Sadie. Sweep the League is supporting Sadie 100%. We're trying to get her to Louisiana with her and her team so she can be in the very first time she's going to be doing the All-Star World Series. So if you guys want to help her out here, any donations are welcome there. But again, they are doing a fundraiser. I believe they have about 7 spots left in the fundraiser itself, but that doesn't mean you can't help her out to get there. Shoot me a DM. We definitely want to help Sadie get to Louisiana. So shout out to Sadie there. Again, we Sweep the League here. We're trying to do everything we can for her. So back to the thing. So I posted on X a while back about Chipotle. I walked into Chipotle today, and hey, I seen the TikToks going around about Chipotle, about, you know, skimming on the food and then people recording them, that pissing off a lot of Chipotle employees and all. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Chipotle has been a massive help on my weight loss journey. When I say massive, I was eating it lunchtime and then dinner time. Again, I chose the bowl. I get brown rice. I used to get beans and brown rice, but I do brown rice. I do the chicken. I do the veggies. I keep it under 600 calories. So today I had a free chips and queso. So today I had to take advantage of that. And I actually ate a lot today, which I need to go kind of work out after this. But nonetheless, I walk into Chipotle. It's a very, very busy day at Chipotle. I'm not going to mention which one, but a very busy day. Lately, I've been getting the little bit of rice, and I'm like, can I have a little more rice? Or I get the not the beans, but I get the chicken, and I get the pound of the spoon. They put it in. I'm like, there was 6 pieces that just go down the drain right there. So appreciate that. I think they could be a little bit better on, you know, on the servings, but nonetheless, I don't care. I'm probably not going to go as often. Freebirds has actually been on my list a little bit more now, but nonetheless, the problem I have is if you're walking into Chipotle, and I'm sure everybody's been, this has happened to everybody, but at a very busy time at lunchtime, when I need to get in, get my lunch, and get out and go back to work, you don't want to be the guy or the girl that has the list in front of you. It says, okay, I need 1 bowl. I need a burrito. I need another burrito. I need another bowl. I need this bowl. I need the burrito. You know what? I need to get 3 tacos. Whenever you have an order of 2 or more items, I'll give you 2 items. You know, there's times I have to pick up something like that. Yeah, Rock, sometimes I was asking for half chicken, half barbacoa, which is amazing, but I'm kind of cutting back on the red meat, but I'll get to that in a minute. But what I'm getting at is if you're going to order for more than 2 items at Chipotle, use the damn app or use the damn internet to order it online. It saves a lot of time, because you're having to go through every single item on that list, come back, do the next damn item, come back to, you're holding up the damn line. And it pisses me off. And it pissed another guy off in front of me today. We were both making the comment because one guy decided to order something else, same thing, the exact same order. He confused the employees because then they decided to proceed and get the same order 2 more times. And he said, no, I don't want that. They prepared orders 3 and 4 only to throw them away because he says, no, what I actually wanted was this. So they had to start all over again, held up the line even more. And this guy is more of a, oh, you know, who cares? I'm ordering. You know what? I care. The 20 people in line care. I'm not there to grab a suntan in Chipotle. I'm not there for anything like that. I'm there to get my food and go. It pisses me off when people want to put more than like 2 orders. I'll give you the 2 orders. But anything over that, use the app. That makes all the sense. If you're ordering for the office, use the app. When we order for the office, we use the app. We go online and we put the order. Because it's out of respect to do that. I don't want you holding up the entire line, man. Sorry if it's wrong. It's sorry if you're that person that you don't care. More power to you. That's fine. But I mean, you gotta have a little more understanding than that. There's got to be more common sense on that. So that was my rant on the Chipotle side. Let's get it. I had Chipotle for dinner. I had it for lunch. I wanted it for dinner, but I ended up getting Jersey Mike's. Shout out to Jersey Mike's, man. Kenny Anderson, former Nets, former Georgia Tech legend. Kenny Anderson, massive Jersey Mike's guy. I love Jersey Mike's, so I get the salad from Jersey Mike's. Mark also are waiting for our cash. Cash doesn't happen until we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You need to search Kava. I've heard of Kava, Rock. Shoot me a text. I need to know what to get from Kava. I didn't know where the hell to go to get Kava. I don't even know where one is looking at me. I ate Chipotle yesterday. Chipotle is super popular, man. He's super popular. It's super popular. Baseball stadium where Texan Fillers is, arena next to somewhere in Hemisphere Park. That's the idea. I think that's where the idea of everything right there. You should ask for half chicken, half steak. Get you a little more meat. I do the half chicken, half barbacoa. I haven't done it in a while, but I might go back to it. You're right. It does kind of get you a little bit more. The 2 Chipotle stores had turnovers within the last 5 months, and this is when I noticed a change in their portions. Their portions have gone from, and it's weird because I get pretty good portions at a certain Chipotle because they've known me there. They've seen me every single day, but I haven't been to that Chipotle in forever because I live in a different area now. So I don't go that way, but I need to go visit them and see if they've changed. But yeah, portions have gotten a little bit worse there. I'm not going to go TikTok on everybody. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me that much yet. Oh, hell no. They need to order the app like everyone has common sense. Exactly, Mario. They have an app. Use the damn app to order. And there's facts. It is facts. Use the app, man. Sweep the league scrap. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe we'll scrap in a Chipotle, Rock. I love it when Grandpa Rudy comes out and stay off my lawn. Oh, yeah. Grandpa Rudy is probably the best. You're going to get a lot of Grandpa Rudy when it comes to this show. We're just getting started. I order from the app sometime to see them still not make my order. Yeah. You know what? It just makes a lot of sense to order out there. The new employees at Chipotle have always overserved, and the grumpy ones that are waiting to quit that underserved. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. I'm going to ask the people that I do know at Chipotle. I never use Yapper food. I'm old school. I go in person. Nothing wrong with the in-person part, Tim. Like I said, nothing wrong. I'll give you 2 orders, maybe 3, because then you have people that order, I need a bowl for myself. I need a burrito for my husband. I need a kid's meal for my daughter or son or whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm not Grandpa Rudy on that. I'm the Grandpa Rudy because you're ordering for the entire office and you're just holding up everything. Something like that you've got to do online. Online. Is there a Chipotle by your new area? The nearest Chipotle, Rock, is 25 minutes away, I think. So yeah, not really. It's about 25 minutes away. So last one, before we go, I got one more thing. So same time, lunchtime, my daughter was with me, and we go to McDonald's. Now, this is a very touchy thing for me. Now they're looking, do you still get charged for guac? I never get guac. The only time I ever get guac is when I get a free one. Actually, I have a free one right now. That's the only time I get guac. But you do get charged extra for guac. When I get the guac, I get it, and I give it to one of the girls at work because I don't really care for the guac there. But McDonald's now. Let's go to McDonald's. I go, my daughter loves McDonald's, and, she gets a cheeseburger meal, which, that's her favorite. My gripe is this. I normally go inside because for me, I can put it in there. I can do all this. I can go in there and I just feel it's faster. But why is it every single time at McDonald's, whether I want a large coffee in the morning, which I don't eat McDonald's at all. I usually eat the eggs. If I'm really hungry in the morning, I'll stop and get me an order of scrambled eggs. But even at that, why is it every time I go to the McDonald's, every time I go to the drive-thru, you got to park me every single time? Like, I've heard from from friends of mine that work there, they say, well, it's the time. They have to keep their times down. Well, in my opinion, if you want to keep your time down, you're a fast food joint. You should have the food pretty much ready to go. With my daughter's order, I'm not asking for anything special. I'm asking for a cheeseburger, fries, and a sweet tea. On the cheeseburger, no mustard, no onion, which makes it even easier. And I get parked. And not only that, I get parked today, again, for at least 8 to 9 minutes. Not only me, every car that goes to the drive-thru is parked. And then they say, well, can you park here? There's nowhere for me to go. How the hell am I supposed to park? So that's my other gripe. My question for everybody is, what the hell's with McDonald's and parking people every time now? Every time you got to park. I've asked before. I've asked the grumpy people in San Antonio McDonald's where I used to go to we'll just say over in the Balcony Heights area. I asked the manager, and the manager was rude as hell, but I asked her one time, hey, like, why are we getting parked all the time? Says, because we got to make your food and we got to make your order. I get that. But a lot of it is fast food and a lot of it should be ready. I didn't order anything special. At that time, it was an order of nuggets for my daughter. A nugget meal. Fries are getting turned all day. Sweet tea should be ready and made. They have tons of it already there. The nuggets, I get if you got to cook. But the nuggets, I mean, we literally waited 15 minutes on that order. So that's what I'm trying to get from you guys. Anybody know the secret to McDonald's as to why they're parking every single car every single time? And don't give me the time BS. Because to me, that just wastes even more time. Way more time. So that's my gripes for today, man. We're going to see what that's the guy. Tim, I was the same way, brother. Nice app for convenience. The app is convenience. I'm the old-fashioned Rudy. I'm in the old-fashioned dude. When I used to DoorDash, the McDonald's people would take me to the park and wouldn't let me pick up food aside. I once waited a customer for me. Exactly, Rock. Exactly. I mean, they park you for everything. I miss the chicken wraps from McDonald's. I love the app and the self-checkout. Self-checkout at McDonald's, 100%. 100%, I love it. Great addition. I don't have to deal with pissed off employees or anything like that. I love the app. That's why I get off. I mean, I don't use the app. I get off when I use the self-checkout. Every single time, I'd prefer to do that at McDonald's. I hate the drive-thru because I waste more gas and time because I'm waiting for the food than anything else. And no, I don't want to use the damn mobile app. I don't have the damn mobile app, so quit asking me at the drive-thru. I got a regular hamburger one day and it took 7 minutes. Exactly. So I'm not the only one then. Everybody sees it. McDonald's, get your S together, please. You served 1 billion customers. Well, you know what? What's going to happen is you're going to park 1 billion customers before you serve them. If that's what you want to be known as, keep doing it. Other than that, man, hey, it's been Sweep the League. It's been fun today, man. Tomorrow's Friday. We all know what that means on Friday. It's the Friday edition. It's the afternoon delight. Hoping Gio jumps in. Jeff Garcia said, I've been picking on Gio and I've been giving him a hard time, saying that I know more sports than him. Wink, wink, nudge, 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 nudge. I don't think I do. Wink, wink. Maybe I do. Who knows? But anyway, tomorrow's Friday edition of Sweep the League. It's the afternoon delight. Again, prizes are given away tomorrow. We're going to get another lucky winner tomorrow. All you got to do is comment on our stream showing that you're here. Participate. The more you participate, the better chance you have of winning something from us here at Sweep the League. Again, shout out Tim Gonzalez, Mario Cavazos, our 2 winners from last Friday. They posted their gifts, their prizes on their social media. So definitely join us tomorrow for the afternoon delight edition. We'll also probably be going to the evening, but again, just all you got to do is go to YouTube, be a subscriber, smash that notification button. So when we go live, when we go live, you never know. You may be the next lucky winner here at Sweep the League. So for everybody here at Sweep the League, Chick-fil-A got 30 people out in those 7 minutes. Dude, Chick-fil-A got an entire country out in those 7 minutes that we waited for food. I once went off making me wait. I go off McDonald's and wipe HF all over. Yeah, man, that's a lot there. I love you, Rudy, bro. I love you too, Rock. Hopefully we'll see you soon, man. So for everybody here at Sweep the League, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Shout out to everybody out there for joining me tonight. Appreciate y'all's support. Again, we'll be on tomorrow for the afternoon delight edition and also for a evening edition, possibly it's game 4, possibly the last game for the Mavericks as the NBA Finals do tip off again tonight. So shout out everybody out there. Appreciate you joining us. This is Rudy Campos Jr. for Sweep the League. We'll see you guys tomorrow.